On a day the relentless and ferocious Israeli airstrikes continue to hammer at Gaza, so too the palpable despair over what's found in the rubble that now litters so much of this place. Parents and children caught in this quickly spiraling war. There are now so many bodies in Gaza, they're running out of places to bury them. There's no room in cemeteries, he says, so graves are dug randomly near houses on donated land. Israel says it's targeting Hamas strongholds, retaliation for those horrific attacks by Hamas into Israel last weekend. Hamas is still holding some 150 hostages, mostly Israelis, grabbed that day. In Israel, their death count and horror over the past few days continues to mount as well. Today, fresh images of another community, Holit, where Israel says Hamas militants rampaged, destroyed, kidnapped, and killed. As the latest of the thousands of rocket attacks from Gaza found their targets in Israel, with Israelis now increasingly angry that their country could be caught so off guard. Today, an acknowledgement from the military. The Israeli army said its chief of staff did not meet its responsibility for security. We will learn, he said, and investigate. But now it is time for war. On that, the expectation still, a ground assault will soon follow. Meanwhile, the Israeli army today took a handful of journalists to one of the places in southern Israel where the Hamas attacks began, just a handful of kilometers from Gaza, the site of that music festival. CBC News was among those allowed in today to walk among the wreckage left in place and to consider the near unimaginable. Abandoned, trashed, bullet-ridden cars sit by the remnants of celebration and life that was happening that day. The bodies, all 260 of them, are now gone. Their blood still stains the ground. It is a sobering place.
What is extra striking when you're here is the scale of it. It goes on like this, and on and on and on and on. There were so many people here, massacred.
As night fell, the journalists brought in were told to leave quickly. On the way out, we passed an abandoned motorcycle, an Arabic sticker suggesting it was one of the bikes used by the Hamas attackers. Airstrikes, rockets, sirens, and artillery fire could be heard in the near distance.
Paul, yours was the first Canadian news crew allowed into the site of that festival. What struck you about what you saw?
I think it was because all the cars were all in crazy directions in the middle of fields and just everywhere, in trying to get away when people were shot and killed. Because you could, as you stood there, you could feel the panic and you could feel the fear. And I think that's what struck me most. You could feel the hopelessness, and I don't think I'll ever forget it.
Paul Hunter in Jerusalem. Take care.